Hello, my name is Brian Stewart, and I'll be going over my reflective digital presentation for EDU629 Technology and Diversity, and I'll be going over my technology implementation plan. Here's a brief overview of the topics that I'll be covering. So the principles for instructional design and technology, and then I'll be highlighting all 5 parts of the technology and implementation plan. So for principles for instructional design and technology, I'd like to start off with the international standards for technology educators and highlighting the 7 subpoints that go with ISTE. So the empowered learner, digital citizen, knowledge constructor, innovative designer, computational thinker, creative communicator, and global collaborator. So the empowered learner is where students set goals, strive to achieve them, and then critique and improve upon their experiences. The digital citizen focuses on working within the digital world and following the rules associated with them. The knowledge constructor is where students acquire resources to aid in knowledge construction where they are meaningful and memorable to them. The innovative designer finds new and productive ways to solve a variety of problems. The computational thinker builds off of their own innovative experiences, except here they use technological methods for their solutions. The creative communicator uses multiple platforms to express themselves in a clear, concise manner. And finally, the global collaborator uses digital tools to enhance their learning by working with others in various ways. Continued, the universal design for learning. So the purpose of universal design for learning is similar to the Common Core, and where your goal is to reach your students by teaching them on the same level. So you have the recognition networks, strategic networks, and effective networks. And the recognition networks is based on how and what we see, hear, and read. The strategic network is based on task performance and how we express our ideas, thoughts, and opinions. And last, the effective networks is how students get involved, engage, and stay motivated throughout. Next, we have the technology, pedagogical, content knowledge, where we will be highlighting content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and technology knowledge. So, to start off, content knowledge is about the subject to be taught or learned, where pedagogical knowledge is the teacher's in-depth knowledge about the subject and their methods or best practices to teach by. And lastly, technology knowledge is knowledge about working with, applying technology, and using all available tools and resources associated with technology. So getting into the part 1 action plan, you have your vision, your mission, and your goals. So here at Samsung Middle School, our goal was to create, or vision was to create an inclusive, high-quality learning environment where student receives the necessary instruction, including up-to-date technology skills to help them pursue their dream of success. Our mission was to integrate a technology implementation plan that would not only challenge students, but enhance their learning experience along the way. And we broke that down into 4 goals, and our goals were based off of being achievable and obtainable. So goal 1 was the district will institute professional development days. Goal 2 was schools and teachers will provide a safe and encouraging online learning environment for all students. Goal 3, students will provide each student with a Google Chromebook where one-to-one technology is used for all students. And lastly, goal 4 is where a teacher will promote connectedness and encourage interaction between students. Part 2 was our needs assessment, where we focus on our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and our threats. So our strengths were the endless possibilities that are associated with using Google Chromebooks. Our weaknesses addressed the lack of technological savviness amongst the teachers and their ability to get up to speed by the time they had to actually teach and train their students. The opportunities were that we could restructure our lesson plans to integrate technology, which some will take the load off of teachers, but at the same time it'll also enhance the students' capabilities. And lastly, we're looking at the threats to remove and or address inhibiting factors that would interfere with anything in the learning environment itself. Part 3 was the planning process, which our main goal here was to match the goals to action plans and or strategies. And then we took a look at the environment, the engagements, the application, and the results. So the environment, we were focused on providing a welcoming inviting environment for the students and for the teachers, especially for the teachers while they had to go through the training. The engagement was to ensure teachers were actively involved in the training. So that way they would be able to take away the key takeaways to go back to the classrooms and teach. The application focused on the availability of the internet, the usage of web apps or Android apps for the Chromebooks, the licensure, which was an annual requirement, and then the software to keep the technology safe. And then lastly, you had the results, which again, students will take advantage of technology opportunities, which most students nowadays are pretty savvy on technology and know what that capability brings to the table. Part 4 is actually the implementation, where we focus on the timeline, the budget, and professional development plan. So the timeline and timetable, we had to ensure that there was adequate time for training for the teachers and for the students. So with the teachers themselves, in the previous school year was when Chromebooks were actually highlighted and brought into the school. This school year itself, we're focusing on trying to do a monthly professional development plan, starting with the very basics, moving up into further difficult lessons. However, if certain teachers or some teachers were unable to remain up to speed and couldn't go on, we would readdress that with further training. The budget was making sure the annual budget was in constraints. Again, we know that can fluctuate up or down, but the big piece here is to make sure that we have everything we need for the students to be successful. Then lastly, the professional development plan, develop monthly training plan, and then develop and share lesson plans amongst teachers. So what we would like to see from the teachers is to, one, attend the training, and if they can attend the training, at least get the materials from the director of technology so they can continue to refine their skills. And then second, if they had lesson plans that they developed themselves, or if they receive lesson plans from another teacher, or teachers teach teachers, or any other tools, that they would share those so that we can all use best practices. And then lastly, we have an executive summary. So it's kind of just summarizing this up. So who this technology implementation plan was for, it was for the teachers, so they could get the technology training they needed for the Google Chromebooks. So the students at Samsung Elementary School would be well prepared to be students of today, but also be students of the future. So that was the focus of the 2018-2019 school year, to advance student learning and enhance their capabilities so that they will remain on par, if not ahead, of their peers and throughout the nation. Here's a summary of what I've gone over. Thank you very much for your time.